In Ghana's eastern region, the Koransang electoral area is home to about 10 vibrant farming communities, including Miawani, Koransang and others. These communities make up one of the top food basket communities in Ghana. The community has a population of over 2,000 registered voters, with an estimated overall population of 4,000 including children. Yet, beneath their resilience lies a daily struggle: the search for clean, safe water. The boreholes that once promised relief now stand abandoned. Families are left with no choice but to depend on unsafe sources.
We find it difficult to get water during the dry season, and we sometimes walk for miles. It's always difficult to send any of our children because the place is distant and hilly. Our source of water is unhygienic, and the pipe we used to depend on is in a deplorable state.
We rely on rivers distant from the village. In fact, it's unhygienic and we cannot depend on it. There is one close to us, and it's nothing to write home about. There is another which is very distant. By the time you return, you'd be very exhausted.
Water is very scarce here. There is a well for the village. Only inhabitants like us manage to drink it. It's not the best of water at all.
I took upon myself that I have to do something about it. I have to do something. If money I will spend. Even I can't deal with one. By that time, one borehole costs about 18,000. I can't afford, but little thing I can do to support, then I have to do it.
Rather than sit in despair, the assemblyman mobilized residents. Together, they pooled resources, got reporters to advocate, and gathered the determination to take their destiny into their own hands.
Koransang is one of deprived community. We have a lot of challenges. So as an assembly member, you have to find a solution to it without government intervention. So I normally fall on the NGOs. They need evidence, concrete evidence about the water that communities are drinking. So when we made videos, then we send it or we put it on the social media. They saw it, will come to and verify. So if it touches, then they build a borehole for us. So this is what normally I do.
There was no water, okay? So water supply, health workers will have to carry gallons and other things to the community and then fight with the community members for water. So that was actually a disincentive for most of us. But then we were very fortunate. We had those issues fixed. I think the assembly member led that initiative. So once we were able to solve that issue of water, in fact now the facility and then the quarters, we have 24 hours supply of water. Yes. So that is actually one key thing that give the health workers that kind of happiness to stay here.
Before this water was constructed, we had no access to clean water. This is by kind courtesy of the assembly member. Through him, we have received this water.
For the past 4 years, good drinking water has been our challenge. We relied on a nearby lake where we shared water with animals. Children walk into the muddy water and fetch it for their house chores. They bring some to school and we treat it before drinking. It is worse during the dry season and it affects the children's school patronage. Through the efforts of the assembly member, Honorable Novo Ransford, today we have a borehole and it has transformed this community in terms of water.
God bless the assemblyman so much. He has done so well.
The initiative became more than just about water. It was about unity, An entire community rising to meet its most urgent need. That same spirit extended into health, where community volunteers, including traditional birth attendants, supported families who could not reach the CHIPS compound in time due to poor roads.
We have volunteers. I too am one of the volunteers. So we volunteers too. We normally go to the houses and talk to, educate the pregnant woman, the nursing mothers to visit the facility. You have any problem, they have to call us or the nurses for assistance.
We also have another volunteer group, that's in the traditional birth attendants. Yes, they are the TBs. Okay. So the health sector has made it in such a way that communities with such difficulties, they've been trained, they've been given some form of training. Okay. So they also assist in deliveries or such maternal emergencies. But then here, what we do is that when there are that maternal emergencies, they call. Okay, yes. So the clients will move to the TB, and then the TBA will call. Okay, yes. And then we will also move in to go and then assist with our expertise in then delivering those cases.
I wouldn't call be wetchy.
Most of them couldn't come here because of their condition. Normally, I receive a call to attend to them in their houses. It's sometimes difficult for me because of my age, and I manage to attend to them. I have been given some few maternal items by the nurses to support the pregnant women. Some labor starts around 10 and travels to 4. And it is my duty to be there to take care of these women to successfully deliver. This is something I do because it is my passion. There is no salary, but I love doing it. It's not easy though, but I love to do it. The people need support, and sometimes, with the little they have, they show appreciation. I have aided more than 500 women to give birth. I started this work when I was young. I inherited it from my mother as a young girl. We have no midwife here, so sometimes, together with the midwives, we aid these women to deliver.
Let me say you and she. It will be better some now back will be no the amano. I'm a bassa.
The initiative became more than just about water. It was about unity, an entire community rising to meet its most urgent need. From the water challenge emerged another story of resilience, the people's support for their CHIPS compound. By little contributions, community volunteerism and monthly outreach programs, they have ensured that their nurse stays at post and healthcare reaches even the most remote households.
You know, most of the clients, because of proximity, I mean, the distance that they will have to travel before they get to where the facility is, they will not even come at all. So we will have to move in there and then provide the services for them. We are very fortunate we now have a volunteer who sometimes we fall on. He has the vehicle, so yes, we fall on that man anytime we are in such need. And then I might say that he's been very helpful to us too. Anytime we call on him, he is readily available to transport such cases to the community. I think now they are even planning on how to find a way and levy some of the community members so that there will be something like a seed money where in such situations or in such referral situations or emergency situations, when there's a need for us to transfer the person to the hospital, they can afford or they can pay for the transportation, the cost of the transportation. We have a system called coaching that we use to store our vaccines over here. Previously, we used to travel to Suhum to go and then pick vaccines because we were not having the refrigerator. But then the community understood this now. They actually organized a community harvest. And then they proceed from that community harvest. They use them to purchase the television as well.
I can see
Yes. They bought it from the proceed that they had during the community harvest. So I think the community is now supporting when it comes to cleaning of the chips compound. That's in Reading. They organize themselves.
This local ownership has made their chips one of the most vibrant and best performing in the municipality.
If you look at the district, for instance, this chip center is one of the best performing chip center. Yes, the community members are now patronizing. Yes, and then they are also participating in the activities of the chips compound.
This chip compound is one of the transforming chip compound in the Suhum. We got award that the most improving chip compound in the Suhum municipality.
Data from the chips compound confirms what the residents know, that whenever access to clean water improves, cases of diarrhea and waterborne diseases decline.
For waterborne diseases, it is virtually the second most reported condition at the health facility. The cases, majority of them are coming from communities that we've realized that their main source of drinking water is not all that good. Okay, so when you look at Koransang, where the chips center is actually located, that is where the condition is recorded most, or cases come to the facility most.
Okay.
And then followed by Miawani and then Bana. Although we are recording the cases, but it is declining.
Okay.
Mainly because some of the communities that we serve actually now have good source of drinking water. I also said that Koransang, where the community, the chip center is, they are recording the highest cases of diarrhea. The issue is that they have a borehole in the community, but then the proximity or the access, some of them will have to travel far before they get to where the pipe-borne water is. So the larger chunk of the community, because of the distance, they fall on running waters, as in streams, and then sometimes stagnant waters. That is what they fall on as their source of drinking water. Yes. So generally, what I would say is that communities that have good source of drinking water are reporting lesser cases, other than communities that have sources of water that are not good for drinking. Yes, for drinking.
Monthly outreaches and community visits by health personnel have increased immunization rates and improved maternal care.
We know the number of pregnant women in each community. When we go for outreach, we visit them in their homes, we register them, and then we also have data on when they are supposed to deliver. Okay, you know, when they go for scans and other things, the scan is able to predict that this particular period you deliver. So we monitor, and then sometimes when we can sense danger on the delivery, or we see that there will be danger when the person is about to deliver, what we do is that we sit down with the family or relatives of that particular person, and then when the time is about getting closer to her delivery, we move the person to a family member who is actually in town.
The link between water, health, and community effort is undeniable. Community effort alone cannot sustain the solution.
When the pipe broke down, the entire community lost our source of water, and it became a real challenge to us all. We will be very glad if someone will come to our aid and provide us with a new one. When the borehole was handed over, it aided us in so many ways. It was of good help to our children in terms of reporting early to school. Parents were very comfortable and could quickly get a bucket of water even when their children were not around. Initially, children walked miles to the forest in search of water to wash their clothes. It was a real challenge. The sad part is that we are accommodating teachers in the community for the sake of our children's education, and they were affected by it in so many ways. They had no difficulty in getting water in the absence of people to send. The breakdown of the borehole has taken us back to our former challenges, and it is very disappointing.
There's one borehole at Miawani, and it's a mechanized borehole. The pump in it costs over 10,000 Ghana cedis. Now it is very, very difficult for the communities to buy the pumps. So that's why this pump is not functioning. There's one too at Koransang. So we will normally always attempt to repair it. When we repair it today, the following day it will spoil. So we have about 3 or 4 boreholes is not functioning at the moment.
The boreholes remain fragile, and without external technical and financial support, the cycle of breakdowns continues. The CHIPS compound, while active, still depends heavily on community contributions and volunteerism. The story of Koransang electoral area is not only about thirst, it is about tenacity. It shows what happens when ordinary people refuse to give up, when leaders mobilize, and when communities own their future. Their story offers a model, one that blends self-help, outreach, and persistent calls for systemic change. In Koransang, clean water remains a struggle, but hope flows stronger than despair. From broken boreholes to community-driven health and outreach solutions. This story reminds us that when people come together, even the hardest thirst can find relief. Thirst and tenacity, the Koransang water struggle, a story by Kwabena Mantey, made possible by Nigeria Health Watch in collaboration with Solutions Journalism Network.